Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Freddie, I'm hearing an echo.
From me?
Okay, it's gone now.
Okay.
Hello?
I can
Okay.
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
cool.
I heard myself say hello and then it cut off, so I don't know what that was.
StreamYard. We're just going to blame it on StreamYard.
It's probably Steve's fault since he's not here. Y'all, how are you? So, Steve is not here. There was an issue. He apparently missed the memo that there's a major blizzard rocking the northern tier states. And as far as I know, the last time I checked, like an hour or so ago, Milwaukee was still suffering from blizzard conditions. So the last update I have from Sparky is that he's in the airport in Nashville because his original flight got delayed and then canceled after he got on the new flight because they probably can't land in a blizzard in Milwaukee. So I don't know exactly where Steve is at this point. My theory, this is pure speculation, and you know how we will speculate around here, is that he's getting hammered in an airport bar. I don't really know.
That's where I'd be.
So, I mean, what else would you do in an airport except get hammered and eat nachos, right?
Yeah, especially if there's a chance of a cancellation that you might actually get out of there. You never.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we are not going to do MSHV tonight. And also Steve owes me money for using my image for the thumbnail. So that's,
Yeah, I thought that was you. I knew that was you.
I get that all the time.
Model, weren't you?
I was.
Gerard.
So tonight we have the charming and delightful Fredward, Mr. Freddie McGuire. And
How are y'all?
he and I cannot do justice to screwing up software like Steve and I can. So we are going to just generally talk ham stuff. I have a guest pastor here on the Monday night revival meeting of Ham Church, I guess.
Brethren, come forward and bring us your message.
So anyway, I'm going to change this background because that background is making my brain hurt. Let's see, where is that at? So please send your thoughts, prayers, and any super chats to the channel so I can get those to Steve and that, maybe he won't perish.
Especially on the traveling in the north, especially this time of year. Jeez.
Well, and then with all the drama with TSA, right?
Ooh. I forgot about that.
I can't imagine what the security line is like at any major. I mean, Atlanta is an hour and a half to 2 hours on a good day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Phoenix is probably just about as bad. So,
man, I'm a small town boy, but we went through Atlanta in 2014, I want to say. And I saw the control tower at their airport. I'm like, what in the heck is that? I thought we were coming up on downtown buildings and stuff. My wife, she had been there before, and she's like, oh, no, that's the control tower at Atlanta. I guess it's Atlanta International. I can't. And I'm like, wow. I was totally impressed. That's an enormous control tower at their airport. And I'm like, I guess this city's a lot bigger than I realized.
Well, they have, and I don't know if it's still the case. Atlanta at one point was the busiest airport, at least in the country, if not in the world. I don't know about the world, and that was back and forth with O'Hare, which is its own excitement on its own.
Oh, I could imagine.
And I haven't been in O'Hare now in 20 years. 16 years. But yeah, I don't know. Atlanta's got like 6 runways, I think 6 main runways that run eastish, westish, I believe.
Sounds about right.
And yeah. And Memphis is exciting too. And I've been to Memphis airport a bunch of times as well. And flying into Memphis is you're either behind or in front of or between a FedEx jet.
Yep, because they're like, that's like
hub. That's their hub. And UPS has an Atlanta hub too, but they also got Delta there. And so there's a lot of traffic.
Man.
So anyway, I have not heard an update from Steve, so I don't know if he's going to live or not. Frank said there was a Allstar question in the Toads Discord, but I don't see it, Frank.
I didn't see it either. Which Discord, Frank?
I assume Nuggets. I don't know.
Looking at Toads, and I'm not seeing anything that's tagged me.
I looked in
Oh, there's nuggets.
The temporarily offline private channel, and there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
And
Be specific, Frank.
yeah, Frank, we need a little more 411. Just saying. And if you meant this chat, just find it and post it, because
We're old and this stuff is going by fast.
Y'all are hot tonight. Todd said it took him 20 minutes from entering TSA to clearing bag check in Orlando. They're doing well down there. The last time I flew into Orlando, it was probably 20 minutes, but that was also in the year of our Lord 2001 for me, Todd. So.
Oh, Allstar channel. Of course it is.
Oh, well, he didn't say that.
If you how does one turn off the Roger beep? Very annoying on a repeater. Thanks in advance. So Roger beep, you mean courtesy tone? Or because a Roger beep is built into a radio.
But you should be able to turn that off too.
You can turn off your Roger beep. You can turn off your courtesy tone. It's in the telemetry. You just set, if it's a half duplex node, you set your telemetry to 0, and you're done. Or something.
So there's a tone in Allstar as well as the one on the radio.
The default setting, if you do a duplex of 1, if you're half duplex, that's telemetry and courtesy tones on. You do a duplex equals 0, that's telemetry and courtesy tones off. Okay. And I think you can just turn off courtesy tones. I'm have to go and look at that one, because I'm the kind of guy that likes my courtesy tone, but I turn it off when I'm conducting a net or something like that, because it's a lot of beeps.
Yeah.
And I bet that's what they're referring to.
That would be my guess. And then I turn. Okay, John said Atlanta is the busiest airport in the world. Okay. I knew it was the busiest airport somewhere.
I couldn't disagree with him much. You know, like I said, I'm a small town guy, but that place was jumping.
And Jay, you are exactly right. A bottle of water is like $7 or $8.
Oh my God, it's so wrong, man. That is
lightly
so wrong.
Lightly chilled bottled water. Not even cold. Yeah. Atlanta's a very busy airport. I'm rolling back through the chat to see if we missed anything really cool. So we have Freddie here tonight. We can talk about Allstar. We can do whatever you guys want. We're not dancing, nor are either one of us removing our tops. So calm down.
Oh, not tonight.
No, we're not doing that, Freddie.
Not tonight. All right.
I mean, unless they throw out $100 super chats, and then I'll show man boobs for a $100 super chat.
I'll make them flop for $100.
That's right. That's right. So if you guys have any questions about stuff, specifically for Freddie, put question in big letters, and I will try and keep up with that, and so will Freddie, and Frankbot will too. And we have a super chat already from TA Uni K7HPY, a brewski for Steve. Thank you, sir. I raised my Diet Dr. Pepper at this time, but that's all I got.
I got a blue moon.
Freddie's got a blue moon. All right. So we have a ham tuber famous Allstar expert here, you know. So
who's starting to experiment heavily into APRS. I already knew it a little bit, but I've already called Smart Jason like 3 or 4 times. And
on APRS?
Yes, and the man is patience personified, for real. He is awesome when it comes to this, because I'm thinking of stuff I've never thought of before. And I'm still thinking of stuff, because I've been using, what is that, DigiPi?
Yeah.
And I'm still using it as my Digipeater at home, but I want to go full-blown direwolf, and I'm learning it slowly. And between him and the Modern Ham, have you ever watched his channel? That kid is so smart.
Billy. I can't remember his last name, but yeah, Billy.
Oh my gosh. So smart. And he's kind of like me. When I want to know something, I research it to its core, and I want to know why everything does the way it does. It may take me a long time to learn all that, but he's the kind of guy. And of course, him and Jason both are very meticulous when it comes to certain things. And every day I get a new idea in my head. Hey, can we use this radio to do that with? Or what if we, so, and today I got my little DigiRig order in. I got a new DigiRig, a new DigiRig cable. So I've got one of those Retevis RT90. Was that 92? The mobile 90, 97. Gee,
Ain't no such thing as a free lunch. You want dancing? We need cash. Lots of cash. You want to see two geezers dance? First of all, you're disturbed. And second of all, I will do it, but we're talking, we're talking
it
tens
ain't
of
gonna be
dollars.
pretty, boys.
Or will it be free? That's right.
Or free, yeah. I got a cable today for the RT95.
That radio has gotten a lot of traction. Steve has done a bunch of videos on
Well,
that thing.
between him and Hayden, this thing got a lot of exposure my way, and I thought, well, that's a cool looking little radio, but I never bought one, right? And then next thing you know, I do these fetch rewards through an app and had like $25 gift certificate, and then it through Amazon, and then they hit Black Friday sale for like, I don't know, 89 bucks. And then I applied my gift card, and I'm like, shoot, yeah, I'm getting one. And it's been in the box ever since. Since last November.
I have a Hermes Light.
Oh,
and the XPA 125, and they're sitting right there with a power supply that I have just for that, and I have yet to get to it. So,
Jody,
I feel your pain.
Jody, give us $5.56 Canadian to keep it on.
Keep it on. I don't know. That needs to double. I might undo a button.
Exactly.
I might undo a button.
I think it's hot in here.
Jody, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. So we have a couple of questions already, Freddie, that were actually somewhat legitimate.
Shoot them.
Corey, let me jump to this one first. This is quicker. What is your personal mobile Allstar node?
My current personal mobile Allstar node is a Hotspot Radio's full duplex mini repeater, and it's perfect. It's got two CM108. No, I'll take that back. It has two SA818 chips, one for a transmitter, one for a receiver. It's full duplex. Both of them are UHF, and it does about a watt, maybe probably just a little less. But the thing doesn't get hot. And, it comes with two little antennas that are just little antennas, kind of like
stubbies.
The little stubbies like you'd see on an MMDVM. But I took those off because they have removable antennas, and I adapted one to one of my outside antennas on the truck.
What is that website, Freddie?
It is hotspotradios.com.
Hotspotradios.com. I can never remember that dang website.
Yep. One of the owners is Marshall, and I can't remember his last name or a call because I'm terrible that way, but he's a retired LA County fireman, and he is smart. He's a good marketer. They've got some really good products on their website. If you look up that repeater there, that is my current mobile Allstar Link node.
So that's all you're running in the truck?
In the truck. It's connected to a Pi 5, and that particular Pi 5 is like this one here. It has an NVMe hat board in it to run an NVMe.
So you're not running off the SD. No
SD card in it at all. Fixing to do a video of how to recover that because this one I tanked it by accident.
So you still need a Pi.
Yes.
With this dingus. Okay.
This USB's into a Pi, and that USB cable you see on the side of it there, it's a C-type. You will pull it, flip it over, push it back in, and then you can program the chips.
That's like the one I have, and it's a special USB-C cable. So
it is. They make it special just for that.
That's not a bad price, but I was thinking that was the whole radio in there too. So it's not.
No, that's just the USBs into a Pi. It'll probably do a 3 just fine, but I've used it on 4s and 5s. And see this right here, this USB 5. I have like 3 or 4 of those. When I take a mobile radio and build it, that's the interface sound fob, like the Toads DI. This is another one that's
okay.
The Toads DI is more high resolution in my opinion because you have potentiometer trimmer pots on the transmit and receive side, so you can fine tune your audio so much better. But the RAUSB does have a transmit pot on it, I think, and this is their turnkey node. It's like the Shari Pi hat, only comes in a much cooler case, and works really, really well.
So they're selling this as a whole package.
Right. I don't think Hotspot Radio sells kits. I think they're a turnkey package build.
I don't see a price on that though. It says
well,
it
and
includes
it's
a Pi
weird.
3B.
Yeah. Look up there in the top menu, because their site's a little bit different, and see if there's a store or purchase. Yeah. Then you get a price list.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So that was the one we were just looking at, $298, $240.
Yeah, because it's turnkey with a Pi. They make a USB like for $98. Yeah, that Hotspot Radio's USB. It's a half duplex. Yes, that's what Jason KC5HWB is running in his truck right now.
See, this is what I have here in the house.
Do you like yours? Jason seems he's really pleased with his. I've known several people that have had them.
Yeah, it's sitting over there on the entertainment thing with the TV and my other hotspots, the digital ones.
Draw.
And it's running fine. Hooked to a, let's see, it's plugged in a Pi 3. Yeah.
And I tell you what, since they have the removable antenna, that's what I love about them the most. I love to customize antenna setups depending on what application I'm using them for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are pretty neat. And we're not sponsored by these guys. So.
Oh, no. Lord, no.
Anyway, yeah, I wanted to share that because Freddie put me onto that. And I love the thing. So I have ASL 3 running on the, like that. I have the Mac. I have ASL 3 running on the Hotspot Radio one out here.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh, did you give him the node number? That was what started this.
What is my personal mobile Allstar node? That was the node, but my.
Oh, did you want the node, Jeff? I'm not watching the chat. I was talking. And we'll move on. Let's see. And then Corey, we were just talking about this. We kind of covered both questions. The best setup for a mobile Allstar link.
Oh man, that could go so many different ways. But
what about a 02W and then that little USB guy?
It's a doable thing. As a matter of fact, I did a 02W on a Hamvoip node, and it runs really well. ASL3's got a little bit more of a demand for processing. Mm-hmm. So if you do straight up Allstar link, maybe Skywarn Plus, it's just the more you add on, the Pi 02W will struggle more.
It's essentially a 3B.
Technically, yes.
It has about the same oomph as a 3B.
They're very, very close in that regard.
Yeah.
And, I'm actually working on a setup for that as well, because I'm going to be using a Pi 02W for an APRS setup, but it got me to thinking about mobile setups for ASL. But, in the truck, I don't need all that extra stuff. I don't need DV switch. I don't need the Supermons and the all-scan dashboards. I can get by with Allmon 3. And
Patty boy, thank you for being a member. Appreciate it.
Totally. And just make it work. So you're not putting a big load on it, and you've got less draw there, less of a package, footprint inside your vehicle taking up space.
And Liberty Cave said if he did a DigiPeter iGate with Direwolf and a 7100, you can do it.
Oh, shoot. And that reinstills faith in my abilities, Liberty Cave. Thank you.
Okay, your audio is doing weird things. I thought I was in a Chinese kung fu movie there for a second because your face was moving.
Oh, that's probably my internet.
But there was no sound. And then your sound comes back, but it's still like a Chinese kung fu movie from the 70s. It's not in sync.
Let me check. StreamYard has been doing some really funky things with my
phone. Now you're back. You're good.
Okay, I was probably lagging.
I guess, yeah, it was weird.
Come June, I'm getting better internet.
Yes, I will get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using a Dell Wise box What it
30,
is
30 40, I want to
30,
say.
40, I think that's right. And it's about yay big, and it's I can't remember the processor in it. But that's what I'm using, and I've got Direwolf on that, and I have it hooked to an Alinco 135T. That's it.
Yep.
That's it right there.
You used to see these mounted to the backside of a monitor in every hospital room.
Yeah, they're used a lot for point of sale stuff or
Yes.
some kind of local PC application. Yep.
One-sided applications, I call them. They had one purpose.
Yep.
And I seen a question in the chat if you could do Allstar Link on an Innovato machine. And the short answer is, if it runs Debian 11 or 12 or 13, the short answer is probably yes, but I wouldn't put too much on it. Innovatos were perfect for running ham clock, and some of them struggled with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just don't get your expectations up too high.
I had one, and I don't know what I did with it, which means it might be in the trash because it pissed me off. I remember having issues just loading anything other than their distro of Linux on it.
Yeah. A buddy of mine has one, and I've redone it a couple of times this year just to get it going again. And sometimes now when he messes up, he just reboots and it comes back. But it just seems like they struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Processing.
They are not very, they don't got much oomph at all.
Yeah.
Marvin, thank you for the $3 super chat.
Go out on eBay, find you one of these miniature little Lenovo's.
I have two of them.
Yeah.
I have two of them.
3. Well, and the state Arden guys just sent me one. It's sitting right here next to me to set up. They're going to do an Allstar Link radioless hub on it so that we can work on getting Allstar Link set up at all of our DMR sites. And but it's a little Lenovo, and I'm telling you what, they're perfect for that. And sometimes you can find them on eBay for, I don't know, anywhere $50 to $60.
Yeah, I think I don't remember what I paid for both of them. I know one of them I bought at Orlando, I think, for like $75. And it had a hard drive. It had an SSD in it.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Well, there's a guy that sells this kind of stuff, and he's at Orlando, and he's going to be at Dayton. Middle-aged, tall, skinny black guy, graying hair.
Oh yeah, he's everyone, I think.
And he's got a table. Now, not the old white guy that's skinny with the longer hair and all gray. This is a black dude. But he'll have a ton of old PC tech.
And they're all clean.
Yep. And he'll have those Lenovo's like Freddie just showed you. And he also usually has some of those Dell boxes. And they would work perfectly for doing Allstar.
For real. Yeah, totally.
The only thing I don't remember, because I'm not using it anyway, I don't think that has GPIO pins on that thing. It is not a Pi inside that. It's an Intel-ish processor of some sort, not an ARM. But
yeah. They do usually have at least one 2.0 USB hubs or USB ports on them.
Ed, I thought you were already a member, but thank you for becoming a member again, or remembering, and at your age, Ed, it's probably remembering.
Remembering, yes, totally.
Yeah, so any of those kind of boxes, and that little Wise one is great. That's what I run Direwolf on.
Oh yeah, and another thing on the Wise little computers, there was like 2 versions of these, from what I understand. Mine has got 8 gigabytes MMC hard drive in it. If you can find one with 16,
much better, because I fill this thing up with everything that I put on it, and the log files will start accumulating. So yeah, if you can get a 16, you'll be a lot happier. Craig has a good question.
Let's see. Skywarn Plus is double announcing all the warnings and watches. This seems to have started after we changed the weather source a while back. Pi 3, Hamvoip. Hamvoip is having, I don't want to say they're having issues with that because that's Skywarn Plus. I was thinking of their top of the hour announcements. They've just recently revamped that, but Skywarn Plus is separate. And I've heard of double announcing before, but it's never happened to me.
The only time I've had a problem with anything like that, and it was on my truck one, because the radio's on, so I know when it says things.
Right.
I'll go out and start the truck, and then there are times when it gives me 3 or 4 or 5 announcements of the time and the weather conditions.
Is it right after it boots up?
Yes.
Yes.
But it doesn't do it all the time.
No,
it just does it some of the time.
And even my ASL3 will do that occasionally. Here's many times as my Hamvoip did. My Hamvoip would do it. And it was probably because I didn't shut it down properly like I should have. But since I've got the ASL3 now.
I'm not.
Oh, see, and I want to say, I don't know that for a fact. I really don't. But it seemed to be more consistent back then. But now I have a couple of script files in my mobile node where I go star 991, I think it is. And it shuts down the node, and then I power it off.
Okay.
So
you do the DTMF shutdown?
Yes. I'm doing a DTMF shutdown. It's one that I made. If you do the IP announce script that Jory made, W5GLE, he's got a star B1 for shutdown, star B3, I think, for reboot.
Yeah.
They kind of added in there, and it's really good for your node to safely shut it down before you kill the power to it.
Yes, it is. It's really good. I just turn the truck off and get out.
I did it for the longest time. I thought, oh, it's no big deal. Yeah.
It's not good. I mean, I'm not mocking Freddie for being safe about it. I'm going to say I'm just way too lazy to go through picking up the microphone and doing star B1 before I shut off the truck.
Exactly. And Hamvoip was strong enough. Most of the time you would win. You wouldn't lose that battle. But, if you get that stray power surge, something could go wrong. I've had to reconfigure it a few times in the past.
Let's see. I've got another one here. Well, let me jump back to Hamdos. Yes, excellent. I thought it probably would, but I just wasn't able to check on it when you and I were chatting the other day. Ooh. But that makes perfect sense. It would work. Did you figure, are you using the media, what is that radio app I mentioned to you, Ham DeLorean? Oh man, it's like a piece of middleware. All it is cat control. And you can set up 2 radios in it. It's not a large app. I cannot think of the name of it, but I figured you could figure it out one way or the other. There's 2 or 3 ways to go after that. Yes, it would be a monster ASL node. It would be nuclear overkill for ASL.
And technically, you put Allstar Link on a computer like that, a mini PC. It's got a web server in it. You could actually serve up a web page easy with that. I put a bunch of my personal script files and stuff like that. So if I'm out mobile and somebody wants something, I can just, hey, here's a link to my node that's right over there.
Yeah.
Just quicker download that way.
Ken bought an AMD mini box running APRS, Digipete, and iGate, Allstar, Pi-hole, and Open Ham Clock on a Proxmox.
Wow. That is impressive.
Nerd.
Totally. We're not worthy.
I'm running AI back here, and I have 2 other machines that have a bunch of Docker guests on them, so I can't really say anything. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with comments. Ham Till It Hurts. This is Arkansas Scott. Would Freddie be interested in a clear node for a week or 2 of experimenting?
I totally would. I'm good on QRZ, Kilo Delta 5, Foxtrot Mike Uniform. I have never touched a clear node.
Those are the fancy ones, right?
Super fancy. I'd put them up near the top of turnkey kits or turnkey builds that you can buy, because they don't sell a kit. You buy a turnkey from them, but their app is amazing. And I've never touched one. I've always wanted to, but they're a little pricey and other things come along and I lose track. So yeah, I'm totally down for that couple of weeks. And let me do a video on it. 3D printed rack mount for stacking 3 CDM50s. I got this question in my email and I forgot to answer it. I sell on my website, hamradiolife.shop.
Frank, post that link in the description, would you?
A rack that I make for CDM. It's somebody else's design. I just print them out and resell them They take two Motorola CDM 750s. You can just put one on there or two on there, but I do not have one that holds three. Now, with all that said, yesterday I started learning FreeCAD. And if I can ever engineer one that would hold three, I'd totally do it. But FreeCAD is making me use my brain in ways that I haven't done since high school. And it's a lot. I'm going to have to take a lot of notes. OmniRig.
Jason Tetlow, that is the one I was trying to remember to tell Ham DeLorean the other day. And it's like a very small app that will do cat control, and I think you can set up 2 different radios in it, different COM ports and all that, so you can have them both connect to the computer at the same time kind of deal. And a lot of software. And I did a video, 2 or 3 years ago about setting up OmniRig, which I could not think of the name of, and HDSDR as a PAN adapter for a Kenwood TS570. And with OmniRig installed in the middle, HDSDR could drive the Kenwood and vice versa, and the Kenwood would drive HDSDR. So it was like a built-in PAN adapter almost. It was really cool. That's the piece, and it's still around. And there's 2 major versions of it, and I can't remember what the differences are now, but it's out there. FLRig will also do it too, John, and that's one of them. OmniRig is, in my opinion, a better interface and a little easier to set up than FLRig. FLRig probably does more stuff, but anyway, let's see.
Corey N1XWS. I'll find that link for you. My video on my mobile build is outdated. It doesn't show the new rig. It still shows my Sherry Pi hat that's in there, but you'll kind of get an idea which direction to go. I need to update that. I really, really do.
Ken, you are my people.
1983. I don't want to tell you how old I was then.
Younger than me. I was in the military in 1983. You were still a punk in high school.
I was still in high school, yeah.
Were you in high school, or was it like 6th grade or something, maybe?
No. I was middle school or high school.
Okay.
And 83, I was 14. So,
Freddie, do you have a video for the truck node or something?
That's what
similar?
I'm looking at now. It needs to be updated. The video that I did do is on my Shari Pi hat. It doesn't show the new rig. I've talked about it in some other videos, but I don't actually show the setup. But the one that I'm going to find the link for is pretty close. I need to update that. I really, really do. I haven't done that in a little bit. I need to clean my truck before I make the video.
Look at this punk. I was 11 in 1983.
Shoot.
I was drinking beer and defending the country, son.
I was drinking beer illegally.
Legally, I was drinking beer in 1983.
Oh, the good old days.
And William, 3 or 4 inappropriate comments come into my head right now, and I'm just not even going to say them, William, but you darn kids, get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
See, Leno Dev, I was in elementary school. I was 2. That's why I made you carry that battery, Garth.
Oh man, that was so long ago.
I don't know why you are tagging temporarily offline, Frank. He is not here. I'm just clicking comments, and when I use StreamYard to click his comments, it shows up as TO, but it's not really TO. There is no TO. This is not the TO you're looking for. That's right. Jeff was probably older than me. Jeff was probably on his 3rd marriage and or a breakup. Who knows? Let's see. All right.
Dang, I got more videos than I realized.
I think we're caught up with questions at the moment. So let's talk. And you've mentioned this a couple times since we're kind of doing a lot of ASL. There is Hamvoip, and there is ASL.
Yes,
they are not the same things exactly. They do the same function,
They
But-
access the same registry server over the internet, but they are two separate OSs. Let's just say that.
Well, distros. Let's go with distros.
That's way better. That's way better.
I know,
description.
right?
Yes.
Like it's the same OS.
Yes.
It's Linux, but
Well, yeah, but one of them is what is that? Well, one of them's Debian, and the other is.
and I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Oh,
I think one's Ubuntu or
No.
Raspbian. Is it Raspbian?
Well, Raspbian is
Debian.
is Debian, and
Ubuntu is also
Ubuntu is a
Debian.
derivative of Debian, but
John, thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. Appreciate it.
Hamvoip is, oh, man, any other day of the week, I could have just spouted this right out of my head.
I was only home in Kankakee for about 3 weeks in 1983. The rest of the time I was in Phoenix or the Azores.
Ooh, I bet that was fun.
Phoenix is fine. The Azores is, you know.
Sunburn City.
No, it's in the North Atlantic at the top of the Atlantis Seamount.
That's right.
I mean, the summer was nice. The ocean was maybe 65 degrees in the August, but that's about it.
That has possibilities, really.
And Paul, yes, there's a ton of Debian derivatives. I just actually loaded Fedora yesterday and changed out my AI box from Ubuntu to Fedora because I think Fedora is going to work better. Well, it's Red Hat Linux from back in the day.
Yeah.
Originally, before Red Hat went commercial, and then at some point Fedora spun out, and by that point I had moved on and was probably there was one with an M, Mandrake. I did Mandrake for a while.
Man, I hadn't thought about that one in a while.
And then I've been on Ubuntu for a long time, and there was this dork at work when I was at Regions. He was nerdier than I was because he was installing Gentoo Linux on a machine, which you had to compile as you installed it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm like, you have fun. You have fun with that.
Go forth. Go with God.
Right. Right.
Oh, man. And you still kind of have to compile Direwolf when you install it.
Mm-mm.
But you got to go through these steps. Now, I haven't done a Windows.
You don't have to compile it. You can download the.
What you clone the GitHub?
No, I thought I installed it through apt.
I did not.
Okay. Well, I mean, I may have. I don't remember. It's been up for 2 years now, and that was.
The Yak, I think, comes through apt, and gee whiz, the other one. But Direwolf, as you know, is a software TNC that is amazing, to say the very least.
Tim, how are you?
I tell you what, that's.
Oh, Mesh Dealer Dave is here too. I didn't see you
Hey,
slide
Dave.
in here, Dave.
KB5 UTY.
Seuss. I don't remember that I ever played with Seuss.
I remember Seuss. Didn't play with it. What's that other one?
Oh man, there's a ton of them. I'm using Mint. I've got Mint on my Macs.
Yeah.
So I have a Mac Pro 2012, the big cheese grater one.
Yeah.
Which is not upgradable officially from Apple anymore and got kind of weird.
Oh,
so it's running Linux Mint, and then I have a Mac Pro, well, it's off camera, a 6.1 Mac Pro, the trash can, and it's running Mint. And Mint runs great on both those machines. Both of them are Docker hosts.
Right after I retired, I went to work for the jail 2 days a week in IT. Their IT guy had left. He was actually, the day I walked in, he walked out because he had got another job. And right there on the desk is a Mac trash can. I'm like, what the heck?
It may be, I don't know. I always called it Seuss because I never used it enough.
And after we got our permanent IT network admin, he's like, "What are we doing with this Mac trash can?" I'm like, "Nothing, as far as I know. Nobody laid claim to it, so we formatted it and put Debian on it."
Yeah, it'll work.
For server, yeah,
Yep.
Worked great.
Well, my old computer at work is a 2013 Mac Pro trash can that I used up until 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 10 years out of that thing. And it is now also running Linux Mint as a test box for me. That's not on our network. It's on a separate Wi-Fi, so I can be outside and do things into the network.
We kind of used it for sandbox for a lot of things.
Yeah, network sandbox, basically what I'm doing for it. Somebody asked about BSD Linux.
BSD, why do I remember that?
Well, in the olden days of the 70s, there were two Linuxes. There was AT&T System 5, the brick, and then there was BSD. And I think System 5 was first. I could be wrong because I don't remember. So those were the two major flavors of Unix. HP has a version, and I can't remember what it's based on. Mac OS is actually based on BSD Unix.
I believe that.
It's BSD Unix.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of companies, I'm going to say your call sign, K7HPY, thank you for the $2 super chat. Arch Linux.
Arch Linux.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
That's Hamvoip. That's it.
That's what's in the truck.
All that. Yep. And I've been hearing in viable rumors, I call them rumors, they're from one of the developers. They keep saying Hamvoip's fixing to have a big update pretty soon. And the way they talked, it should have been out already, but they're probably shorthanded for beta testing or whatever. I don't know.
Don would know. He was there when they invented AT&T. So. Donald, thank you. I mean, details I couldn't remember. And then Sun had Solaris, and that was BSD based. Yep. I used to really covet. We had those when I was working for the G. We had a whole bunch of Solaris, what were they, Spark workstations? And I used to covet those, and now they're so slow I wouldn't steal one if it was free. They were the schniz back in the day. But anyway, yep. So there's just a ton of them. I don't know how we got into Linux that much, but there you go.
Allstar is Linux.
Right, Jody? Like I said, he was around when AT&T was invented. So,
Mr. Bell.
So there. Oh, I know what we started talking about, and we got completely sidetracked. Two old geezers that talk too much. Him and I get on the phone occasionally, and my wife thinks I've left her because I've been on the phone for like 3 hours with Freddie, and we're like, Freddie, I gotta go. Freddie, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now, and I'm not gonna tell you that while we're talking on the phone because I've got to go. But neither one of us will shut up long enough to say that.
No, our stories relate too much, so we don't get to talk to relatable storytellers like we are.
Right. So they both do the same thing: ASL, Allstar Link, and Hamvoip. And Allstar Link came out with a new version a year and a half.
June of 2024.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, about it. Yeah, almost 2 years.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. That was one of my highlights right there.
And at the time, in my opinion, and I think you agreed with me, ASL was more complicated to set up than Hamvoip.
And it was at the time, it was very vanilla.
Yeah.
It was very vanilla, and Hamvoip had a lot of big following and development for it as well. So it was I don't want to say it was more stable. It was just, it had a lot more custom. There was a lot more information out there about it than there was from ASL 3 or ASL 2 and even ASL 1. I actually did a Raspberry Pi install of ASL 2, and I'm like, okay, I've done it. And I went back to Hamvoip because I couldn't make it great at the time because I didn't know it well enough. But yeah, and I know I'm like crazy now. There's
been a ton of them. Somebody mentioned SCO Unix. I had that. I found a copy that fell off the back of a truck somewhere. I went through my OS phase a lot back in my 486 days. I had OS2, and then I had Warp, and I had SCO Unix, and then I installed Slack off of floppy diskettes on a computer at work, which was a 486 of some sort. I don't remember. Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, and Yeah, getting away from OSs again because I'll geese out. Me and Ken will geese out. The Hamvoip was easier to set up, and then I decided I wanted 2 nodes, and so what was the node in the house became the node in the truck on Hamvoip. I tried the original Allstar Link a couple 3 years ago, and I had a lot of trouble with it, and that was before Freddie appeared and became the guru on the mountain for this. But then whenever ASL3 came out, that's what I put on this Hotspot Radios node here in the house. And the setup on it was a whole lot easier.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, they have an incredible team of guys on the back end in development and customer services that work to help with trouble tickets and beta testers, and the list goes on. And every day there's somebody new joining the Slack server that just makes life better. And,
all right, everybody look at the cat. She's driving me nuts. I'm putting her off my desk because she keeps standing up. Get down, heathen. Go.
Look at me.
You haven't seen her. She hasn't been on camera yet, but she keeps wandering around back and forth, and then she'll do the cat thing to test gravity and start knocking stuff off the desk.
They need to see gravity work
all the time.
It just is what it is.
Ed has a legitimate question, although it should be in the form of a super chat, Ed. No judgment. What is the best budget-friendly node?
Budget-friendly. I think we're going to have to jump right back to hotspotradios.com because if you've got a Raspberry Pi, let's say you could probably get away with a 3, but 4 or a 5. And in some cases...
Oh, no, I was talking about the number of cats that live with me.
Anyway, if you've got a Pi laying around, $98, you can get that one like Jim's got and like Jason's got, the Hotspot Radios USB. It's a half duplex single SA818 chip. Dude, it doesn't get much easier than that. And they work great for mobile situation too. But they work even better in the house. That 1 watt or almost a watt you get will go all through the house and out into the yard. So look at Ed go.
Ed's all right. Even though he's a Phillies fan, we both hate the Mets. So he's forgiven for part of his transgression.
Yeah.
And his team did better than mine this past year. So, yeah. And the other option you could do also is you could buy one of the cheap off-brand ones on Amazon too.
You can, and I can't. What is that? Oh, gee whiz, they have a generic brand name on a lot of those. And I thought it was Islands, but it's not. That's a Redivus brand.
No, it's not Islands.
It's Alluent? No. I'm not going to sit here and guess. Let me look one up real quick because they're there. I call them the Attack of the Clones because they're a Shari clone.
And full disclosure, I have the Hotspot radio, the little one.
RSync.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Put that in the
they make decent stuff. I've done videos on some of their stuff before. Their DVM hats and whatnot.
Yeah, and this one's like the one that you had. It's like a white piece of plastic with a
a tail hanging off of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've still got that. I'm not using it. It's in a drawer. But it worked fine. The one in my truck is, I was telling Freddie this earlier, is like a silver box with 2 USB prongs sticking out the back end of it. And it literally just mates straight to the Pi. And I 3D printed a case for it and then soldered holes in it for the antenna and the USB cord because I didn't know how to make a real case. So, but that's what my truck setup is in. And I may end up buying another one of those Hotspot radios to go in the truck.
I got to step away from the camera for just a second.
Okay.
As soon as I figure out how to turn I don't know how to do anything anymore. There we go.
Now, William's wanting a duplex one for 2 time slots. Are you talking about Allstar? Because I don't think it does time slots. DMR does. I'm not sure I understood the context of that, William. Maybe I missed another comment earlier. Bricker. I have two AIOCs that work well. The issue I ever had with an AIOC was just finding a good radio to plug it into. It worked perfectly fine with a Baofeng, and we're talking an original UV5R box of junk, and it worked with it. The radio itself was just terrible. And I also used it with the Quansheng K5, I think, and that worked well also. So this is why we always have two people on here, because it's hard to read comments and keep talking at the same time and make sense. I can make words, but they'll probably start not making sense. And Allstar, I will tell you with Allstar, William is exactly right with this comment. It can be a little fidgety getting audio levels set, and a lot of that depends on the radio, but a lot of that also depends on the quality of the node hardware. And then once it's set, it's generally fine, but getting it set up so that your audio is good. And there is a Allstar node, and I want to say it's 55553, that is, all it does is echo. Or it's like, no, that's not echo. It will tell you what your audio level is. So it's like an automated thing. And you link your Allstar node to this, and then you say WT1W testing 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it has an automated voice that comes back and says, your audio is a bit hot, or your audio is very low, or your audio is just about right, or holy Jesus, turn that thing down. So that's a good way to test those audio levels. And I want to say it's quad 5.3, 55553. And whenever Freddie gets back here, he can verify that because he probably remembers. Yep, Frank found it. Yep, there it is. I remembered it. Good. Thanks, Frank. And yeah, it's great because you just connect your node to it and then talk to it. Now, full disclosure, everybody who's on 5553 can hear you. So don't be using them swears that your mother told you not to use. Because you will get on there sometimes, you'll connect your node if you're testing something, and you'll hear somebody else talking on it because they're doing the parrot thing too. So, well, Frank, even if he recorded it, it's automated, isn't it? Because it's checking the volume and giving you a recording. That's automated. I didn't say it was AI. And Jody, right. Your audio is so hot, you should have a 900 number. That's great. And this is a good, where did that go? And this is a good point. Also, you need to be wary of USB ground loops, especially if you have this plugged into like a PC, as opposed to something like a Raspberry Pi that's got an isolated power transformer. Totally.
Ferrites are your friend.
I will be right back because if I don't get something to drink, I am going to die. So
do your thing, Jelly Bean. I'll be right here.
Entertain the people, Fredward.
My brothers and sisters. Whew, sorry about that. I had to take care of a small emergency that was not an emergency after all. But it is what it is. Okay, so I can't find my video. I know I have one that shows off my mobile Allstar link node. But the one thing, if you build one, the one thing you really would be, it would be in your best interest to do is to power it from a battery, not your primary starting battery on your vehicle. But I took a couple of 10 amp hour batteries, put them in series. And where's that parallel? Anyway, same voltage, double capacity. And I have a charger run to it, so that I can leave it running if I stop and get gas or go into the store or whatever like that. It's going to keep itself going for a while. And my little setup, it'll go for almost a whole day. So something you want to just consider. Bricker's got a question. How much luck have you had with the AIOC boards? Worth it. They're great for APRS. I have not used one for an Allstar Link node because you've got to use a software or virtual cause, I think they call it.
Yes.
Carrier operated squelch. I haven't done it. I just haven't done it yet. It's on the list of things to do, but I've done it for APRS and they work great.
I did it with Direwolf. I used the original AIOC with Direwolf, and I had an AIOB, and I played with it, but I didn't really need it because I already had 2 AIOCs. So I think we gave it away on stream. And
they're pretty much the same thing, are they not? With just a different interface?
I think they're almost the same from what I remember.
I really need to do that. What's that website again? Brain fart and age. Now, my store is hamradiolife.shop. My website is from 1993. No, I'm not sure the internet was there in 93. Is hamradiolife.org. It's not much. I'm in the process of revamping that. But right now on my shop, I'm selling the toad shells that we make for the Toads DI with the daughter board on top. They're really great. I actually have one right here, as a matter of fact. A little magnetic door. And if you just take the daughter board with the standoff that comes with it for the Toads DI, it will just solder the standoffs on, put them together. It fits right in there perfectly, doesn't need any support, and you've got an interface.
So Patty Boy said he sent a video to TO showing the Toads AIOC working out of the box with a Fang.
Sweet.
With Allstar. I never did mine with Allstar. I played with it with Direwolf a bunch, and that was
I always thought you had to have the cause part of it for Allstar Link because it, APRS and all those others digital modes besides Allstar Link don't need cause. They just need audio in and out, PTT, and a ground.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it's something I need to branch out and do.
See, Ken's saying he used Hamvoip with the AIOC using a battery to run the Pi.
I could totally see that because those AIOCs have a little draw on them.
Oh, yeah.
And the Pi does pretty good on its own as far as power needs. But, me.
How's yours holding up, buddy? I printed some elk antenna handles for Tim.
Oh, cool.
Kaboom he's in Guam. So it was, it's not like you can run out to Kmart.
That's for sure. You get what you get down there.
Anyway, I don't know. With TO doesn't have an AIOC. Oh, with the ones he's selling? As far as I know, it's the updated AIOC.
Yeah, his have the latest firmware in them.
The problem we've seen with a lot of the AIOCs is not an AIOC problem. It's a mechanical interface problem because you have to get that K connector in that radio very, very, very far. And especially if you have the K connector soldered to the board, which was part of the original AIOC setup, was to solder on the 3.5 and 2.5 connector. Depending on how the plastic fairing around the K connector holes is, it may not want to go in. So you need to nip off metal around your plugs,
your TRS plugs.
Dremel out a little plastic around the female part. So,
and if they're not seated perfectly, you'll know it because it won't work. But once it does, it just does nothing but work. Oh, Dave, good question. I've actually got a lead on that. Several of us around the country, when the Yaesu DR2X, actually the DR1X was first, and then the Yaesu DR2X repeaters came out, touted the ability to integrate an Allstar node in them as a controller. And I've taken 3 stabs at the DR2X now. And then I gave up for a little while. I had some help from John Kruk and a document that he gave me with the pinouts, and I just couldn't get it to work the way I thought it should work. What I need to do is get a Yaesu tech on the line from out there in California. But in the meantime, Tio and I were both dealing with the Retevis RT97L repeater and integrating a Raspberry Pi into that as a controller. And it doesn't actually act as a controller. Basically, what it does is act as an IDEA and an interface to the network. And I want to say there's a very good possibility that's the way the Yaesu deals with it. But Dave, long story short, I'm still on the hunt for that. And anybody out there that can successfully integrate an Allstar Link node directly into the Yaesu DR2X repeater, I am all ears. I would love to get this done in the way that I think it should be done, or I'd just rather do it the right way. So yeah, kd5fmu@gmail.com.
So Bricker, I don't remember the AOB.
All in one board.
Yeah, I mean, I had the board literally.
Solder on a K connector.
Maybe I never used
it. Probably solder on a K connector dongle, maybe.
And that's what I ended up doing with one of my AIOCs because it was a whole lot easier. I sacrificed a K connector cable.
Yeah.
Whatever it was for, I cut the end off and I soldered the wires straight on the AIOC so that I didn't have to fight trying to get the thing in there or take a Dremel to the radio or the connector. But
yeah, I did a really stupid thing when I needed a K connector. I thought I'll buy 2 or 3 of these Baofeng HTs or speaker mics and just cut the tails off of them and use those.
Yeah.
The wire they use is thinner than a human hair.
It is very small wire.
It's ridiculously thin. So I ended up buying some real pigtails somewhere else and with a heavier gauge wire on so you can actually manipulate it. But yeah.
Let's see. And Freddie makes a good point. If you buy them cheap off-brand Feng mics,
you'll be sorry.
Yeah. Now, the other thing you could do, I don't know how efficacious this would be, but it might be worth a try. Instead of trying to cut the cable and solder onto that, maybe cut the board around the leads where it's soldered on the mic. I don't know. And use that as an interface to them teeny ass wires.
Because they are teeny. They're just
I don't know. I haven't ever taken one apart to look at it, so I don't know how useful that would be. But
it was a lost cause.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the wire wasn't even insulated; it was painted, and just to keep it from touching the other, it's ridiculously cheap.
Oh, we have 2/3 of the Kansas Mafia here tonight. The KC Mafia. Hey, Tom. The Retevis repeater is not great for controlling. I played around with it, and if you key the local PTT, it cuts off the receiver audio.
Yes. It's like they don't want it to give up its controller. They just want you to integrate an IDEA for it, because there's a company out there that makes an IDEA for that Retevis repeater. And that's all it really does is it does a courtesy tone and an ID. And I wanted so much more. I want Skywarn Plus, man. And, but well, it is what it is. And if you can't change it, you can't change it. But I think the Yaesu repeater has a lot to offer in that regard if I can unlock the mystery. The DR1X repeaters, a lot of people did that, but they said, no, the DR2Xs are different, and they're pinned differently. I just haven't solved the mystery yet. And I am not humble. I don't want credit. I just want to be able to do it.
So you are humble.
No, that's what I meant. I mean, I'm not, what's the other word? Opposite of humble.
Needy?
Stupid words. Words are good.
Stupid words. Tom is saying the inside of the Retevis is literally a single chip and a power amp.
I believe that. I believe that totally. A friend of mine who's got a YouTube channel tested out their low temperature heater function on the RT97L, and his never came on. It got down to super low temperature or where he's at, and it just stopped working till he got some heat into it, and it came back.
Wow. All right, we are at 1 hour and 4 minutes. and I'm halfway through my other diet, Dr. Pepper. I had to go get something to drink. My voice was going. Throat
Yeah,
was
it's
dry.
the same way, dude. Same way.
I'm going to wrap it up. I mean, unless we got any other pressing questions. Freddie, what is going on your channel?
I tell
coming
you
up?
what, I am been blessed here lately from Redivus. Ironically enough, I've got a couple of videos that are on deck that are going to come. I got one coming out Thursday about the Redivus. I don't have one here with me in arm's reach. The Easy Talk 5 GMRS radio. The screen on it looks a lot like the HA5 or HA2. I'm sorry,
HA2.
It looks a lot like that, and it has a lot of the same functionality. It's got GPS, location sharing, stuff like that. That's coming out soon. A couple of more, and I'm telling you what, this one's my favorite right now for the moment. The TID Radio TDH9 with APRS. It's got a little ways to go, but they're just now getting released. They've had a couple of firmware upgrades. It works as a tracker out right now, and it does 220 transmit. Now, I haven't done any power tests on it yet, but I'm really liking what it's got to show. So that's coming up.
I like the Baofeng Mini.
I really do too. I care,
but it doesn't do APRS. But I don't really care about APRS 99.8% of the time.
Right. You know, and
the only time I really get that I have APRS on my FTM 500 in the truck.
Uh-huh.
You know, Tio's not here to yell at me to shut down, so I'm going to talk until Freddie and I get tired. Which ain't going to be long because Dave was right. I got to pee and I want a cigarette. Not necessarily in that order either. Just saying. I have the FTM 500 is in the truck and the Radioddity DB50. So the DB50 is on VHF Call and Allstar on each of the VFOs. And then the FTM 500 is on APRS and Toads Digital. And I saw a Toads Digital question float by earlier. And as far as I know, it's working. Nobody's told me it wasn't. So I can go reboot it again. I didn't write the software. I've done everything I can do to make the thing work. It reboots at midnight every day just because rebooting seems to solve 96% of the problems with that sketchy software. But anyway. Yeah. So whatever the hell I was saying, I don't remember. Oh, that's what I did. That's the only time I do APRS is in the truck usually. And then I will play with APRS.fi, like when I was messing with the Alents, the Redivus Alents, the one we were talking about earlier, Freddie. That's in the box down here.
Arsync, AURISNC.
No, the radio.
The Islands. The Islands, the Redivus Islands HA2.
HA2, yes.
With APRS.
Yes, and when you update the firmware, the APRS works quite well on the American frequency instead of the Japanese frequency.
If you were in Japan out of the box, it would work.
Right. But that's a decent radio, and that thing was only like $70.
The audio is amazing.
It sounds great,
and it's got features and stuff. I'm totally excited. I got this one open today, so I haven't dove into it as much as I want to, but yeah, having a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with that one.
Right. Yeah, it's decent. Dave's got one. It's got Bluetooth TNC. That's right. That was a firmware upgrade in it.
Yep.
And I played with that, and that worked fine for me.
The TID radio is working through the Oddmaster app for their Bluetooth TNC, and the firmware's got to get a few more tweaks on that as well. But it's working somewhat inside the app. But there's another firmware upgrade. I mean, literally right around the corner.
And doesn't the Redivus work on the OD Master too?
Redivus has their own app now called Redivus, and it works with about a handful of handheld.
I know they have the app on the phone, but I thought they worked with the OD Master website too.
That I don't know because that's TID Radio's program.
Okay, maybe I'm confabulating. That's entirely possible.
A lot of them will work with Chirp as far as programming.
Yeah.
Like that, not all of them, but they all eventually get there.
Yeah.
Redivus came out with a nice app. There's more functionality on the Android side of that app right now, but the iPhone side of it is catching up pretty quick, and it's pretty functional.
Yeah, I was using. I'm an iPhone guy. I have an Android, one of my wife's old phones, but we're a mixed family, and
Yep.
the girl has had more iPads than I have had, but she will not use an iPhone. She's an Android gal on the phone. I don't really get that. That makes my brain hurt, but
That's using both sides of your brain.
I guess, yeah. And Frank said OD Master works with talk pods and fangs. So
TID Radio makes some Baofeng clones, is why that works. I can't explain the TalkPod side of it. Somebody asked Chavez, will WPSD do Allstar? WPSD is only for multi-mode digital
Correct.
voice modems, MMDVMs, Pi-Star, etc. Digital side, so no.
yeah. Now I think there was a guy, and I cannot remember his call sign, and he lives up in Birmingham. And I want to say, and I've talked to him before, and I want to say he had his All-Star tied in to a Pi-Star or something.
That I don't know. I mean, you can do DV switch and tile, bridge it into DMR.
And maybe he was. This has been 3 or 4 years ago at least.
And that's how ClearNode does it, because ClearNodes don't just do All-Star Link; they do digital modes as well.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a specialized version of DV switch that they have adapted, because their whole thing works through a phone app. You can, and my gosh, it's just amazing. They really have done their homework when it comes to user functionality. It just user friendliness, I should say. But you pay for that because they're not cheap. But I haven't heard anybody just say, I hate this thing, I'm sending it back. No, I've never heard that.
Let me find them. Is that nodeventures.com?
Yeah, that is.
That looks right.
That is.
Let me share that. Yes, Jim did say we're going to sign off 5 minutes ago, but Freddie and I were on a roll. It's not going to be long because I do have to make water. I'm 2 Dr. Peppers in here. Let's see, add to stage. And let me see if I can plus that website up a little bit.
And I want to say they might make more than one model. I can't remember. It seemed like they had a one that ran off of a Pi 02 as well at one time.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Go to the ATM first.
Dang.
But yeah, it's like I said, the ones that I've talked to that have them don't regret them. Other than maybe, I wished I wouldn't have paid so much, but I don't think they actually have issues with them as far as what some folks do with other.
So my question would be, is this thing, because you know what this looks like to me, that's a Pi.
Well, it is a Pi. It is a Pi. They'll tell you that.
Okay.
In some cases, they'll even let you supply your own Pi. They don't normally, but what they build is the hat that goes on that Pi, and the software is all proprietary.
So they've customized it or tweaked it or whatever.
Yes. It's their own flavor of the software, but you can either run Hamvoip or ASL3. But the digital side of the program, the software, and the phone app, that's all theirs.
Simplex or duplex repeater controller, smartphone software, as opposed to a Windows app.
Exactly.
Because I know a bunch of you guys are like TO and hate Windows. I hate or love all operating systems equally. I'm not an OSist like you people. So they look really cool, but man, I don't know that I want to do Allstar bad enough to drop $400 on a.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, if you're that kind of ham that is stronger in other areas of the hobby, then yeah, this is for you because it's turnkey. When you get it, it's user friendly. I'm a tinkerer. I want to build stuff. I want to get down into the nuts and bolts of the programming as far as I can, as far as my brain will allow. And, how can I customize this more? That's who I am. That's just who I'm, I haven't been an HF guy for very long. And other, I'm just getting into APRS pretty heavy, things like that. I'm a little stronger on the computer side of things, but I'm getting there, making myself comfortable with it.
Now this says it supports D-Star.
That's the MMDVM, the DV switch side of it. They don't say DV switch, but it is DV switch that's adapted for their use.
Well, they mention it there.
Okay.
But they also mention you have to have a hardware encoder.
Yeah.
So after you buy this thing for $400 or $500, you've got to go buy a $100 dongle.
Yep. That's that. And that's for D-Star, I'd imagine.
Yep,
Because
it is.
DMR and YSF is easy.
Because that's what's actually in the computer behind me under the table that does the D-Star transcode for Toads Digital.
Yeah, forget the name of that module. I can never remember all that stuff.
That's interesting. I would, if they're looking for doing a sponsored video, I'm available.
Send it to Jim.
And so Scott, I'm a little upset that you would offer that to Freddie before you'd offer it to me.
Maybe it could be the round robin.
Yeah.
Get the
Scott's
Oklahoma,
apparently got
then
some
down
papers he's
back
folding. So they're using DV switch and linking all of that together. That is really cool.
Yeah, it's like a one-stop shop for those modes, and which is a fabulous idea. Fabulous idea. Love it. I'm all about one-stop shopping.
And yeah, that is very swank. Let's see. Yeah, Lee, I agree.
Yep. Yeah.
But you're never going to have one radio to run all modes. You're always going to have something in the middle. This looks like the easiest solution. So
yeah,
Freddie and I started doing this, and he worked with me on it. Actually, he did the work. I just watched. And we had DV switch and DMR on Toads tied together. And then I think I had a catastrophic incident or something. I don't know, and it broke.
I want to say equipment failure, but I can't remember.
Jesus, I don't remember.
It's been a minute.
And I would not mind hooking it in together, but we would need to ponder. Hardware, and I don't want nets running on it.
Yes, and you got to work out timing and scheduling scripts and things like that.
Right. Well, I mean, like if we tied, so my Allstar node is 57202 here, and my truck is 59564. You guys can remember that. You can't call the truck because the truck doesn't have inbound. I have to link to something that's outbound. It's the only way the truck connects to the world. I can connect to anything outbound, but you can't call me on it. That would be the concern I would have. Steve and I have talked about that, is hooking Allstar in together with Toads Digital. But man,
it's doable, but you really got to be careful, because like my home node, it does, it's Allstar link, but I have a bridge to my TGIF DMR talk group. And if I was connected to Jason's hub on my Allstar link node, and somebody else had an Allstar link node somewhere, and they bridged it over to my DMR talk group, and then they connected to a net somewhere else, like East Coast Reflector, it would all come right through my node straight into Jason's hub, and it would create problems. So,
well, and Freddie and I had problems.
Yeah. Just the other day.
What, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago?
It was
whenever
an
that
old
was.
problem we forgot about.
And
yeah,
we got nasty. We got sternly worded email memos. The other issue with Toads Digital is right now we are linked to Brandmeister. And Brandmeister, to my understanding, is a little ticky about you cross-linking them to anything else.
And I might have found a way around that, especially when you've got your own talk group there, the last snowstorm that we had here, I was more worried about, I wanted to listen to Oklahoma's DMR weather channel, and it's on Brandmeister. And I'm like, crap, how am I going to get that to do that? So I set it static to my node in Brandmeister's website. and everything came through. It worked. So I don't know. But if you hook it up to 3100 or something major like that, they're going to shut you down.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
Well, there's something in, if you look on their website, there's something about they really don't want you. I mean, they're clear about it. Don't connect this to other networks or something. I can't remember their exact wording.
And Ken, W1KAL, the STFU is not shut the F. No, it's a single terminal. Oh, gee whiz, I wish I could remember that acronym. I need some help with that. Send me an email. 85FMU@gmail.com, because I need some help with STFU mode on DV Switch. That's supposed to be the fix for Brandmeister.
Stop.
Single terminal function. Dang it. I almost remembered it all.
Let me.
Is that your medication alarm?
It's Signal. And it won't stop ringing. Hey. No, I know, right? Not until I answer it. I'm live streaming right now. Just calm down. That's okay. I'm not telling anybody your name or your call sign, mostly because I can't remember your call sign, but I don't want to dox you. I'll be off in 5 or 10 minutes at most. I'll give you a call back. All right, buddy. See ya. Bye.
Gotta have a Diet Dr. Pepper and a cool.
That's one of the stops I'm making. Yeah, whatever we were talking about, because I completely forgot now.
STFU mode on DV Switch. Oh, I was shouting out to Ken because he said that's the answer, and he's right. I've just never had the proper guidance for STFU mode in DV Switch, so that's something I need help with. It logs into Brandmeister in a different way through DV Switch, where it actually works. But
okay,
you can use regular DR mode to TGIF, and it just works because they're pretty laid back over TGIF.
And Tio and I had the Amcom guys on here, a year or two ago, and they're cool with it. And one of my to-dos one day, depends on how much Frank annoys me about it, is to maybe switch over Toads to Amcom. I haven't done it because I haven't felt motivated to do it. I do this for free, people. You know what I'm saying? But it's also going to change our DMR number. And
yep,
that'll be a pain in the butt. So
it takes that. Yeah, it's a little bit of something.
I guess Amcom's still around. I don't know. But
I have no idea.
Tonight, the guys that were on here were very, feel free to connect to us.
Hey,
okay.
That sounds like my kind of folks.
Frank, quit advertising. Stop it.
Is those affiliate links, Frank?
He'll do it. Frank, I'm going to put you in timeout. Stop it. Anyway, yeah, that would be the only consideration I would have about hooking Allstar into Toads Digital is getting a net on there, because I remember that's what happened, Freddie. We had it working, at least on the DMR side, and I was connected to Jason, and there was somebody doing a net on there, and it would not stop talking.
My hub has accidentally a couple of times connected to a net and Jason's hub at the same time, so it could have been me.
No, I don't know if it was you, or I don't know who it was at the time, but there was a net going on that was connected to Jason.
I see.
And I think somebody messaged me in Toads that said, what? They're not stopping talking. And I mean, this has been a couple of years ago, but
right.
And I was like, oh Christ, they're doing a net. And it was apparently a raggy chewing net, not just quick check in, nothing, short time, bye. Yeah. Not one of those nets, which is most nets, but yeah, that was a long time. And I remember disconnecting it, and then something broke, and then I just took it all out of the config, so it quit complaining.
Yeah, it takes a little bit more of babysitting sometimes.
Yeah.
Just is what it is.
Anyway, all right. Now we're really going to go, because we're 24 minutes over time. Not like there's a clock on this thing. We're not paying by the minute for airtime.
Put another quarter in.
That's right. Y'all, thank y'all for being here.
Amen.
And we'll see you next week, and Steve and I will try and do something cool. MSHV is our plan. Google that. Frank sent out the link, I know, at the beginning of the show. And adios.
Thanks for coming, y'all.
Muchachos.
Appreciate you.
See you guys. I'm engaging the button. And awkward time when we're